Hello.
Good morning to all of you. I'm Anjana Sangwan. Welcome you all on the behalf of SKIT. Our guest, Mr. Das, is going to present on the blockchain of for 5G and beyond networks. Today's topic. Hope you learned a lot from this. The session is hand over to you, Das sir. Please take
Okay.
over the mic. Thank you so much.
Okay. So good morning, all of you, and thank you for this invitation. Okay, and now discuss the this topic blockchain for 5G and beyond network. So all of you, all participate. Uh, Most probably, you have the basic understanding about the blockchain. Okay, so I'll explain the some basic understanding about the blockchain and how this blockchain technology is suitable for the 5G and beyond application. Okay, and what are the benefits? What are the research challenges? Okay, and how we'll solve these challenges, and as well as the different types of application in our real life application, basically which is benefited for our society. So I'll explain that in details. Okay, and uh, this talk is basically the combination of the integration of two things. One is on the 5G and second one is on the blockchain, and how we'll integrate and what are the features and what are the characteristics. Based on these characteristics, we will able to integrate these two techniques, because blockchain, this is related to the security and storage, and 5G is related to the communication. Okay, and how we integrate these two things and what are the requirement and how we resolve this means not only the integration. After integration, large number of challenges are there. Okay, how we resolve those challenges, I'll explain in details. So which is benefited for your further study, for your research, for the industry, everywhere, because nowadays the large number of industries are working on the blockchain as well as the 5G technology. Okay, so I'll share the what are the industries and how you interact with the industry, how you want to move forward to your research. So all these things I'll explain in details. Okay, and in between, if you have the any query, anything, you can mention through the your chat box. Okay, and I'll be happy to answer those queries. Okay. So this is the so I'm Dr. Devasis Das, basically from Computer Science and Engineering Department. Okay, and my research area basically the networking and communication as well as the blockchain. Okay, and some of the specialized topic in the case of blockchain in the vehicular ad hoc network, blockchain in the case of machine learning. So these are the basically sub areas. Okay, and I have published the paper in the IEEE transaction, top IEEE transaction, in the case of related to the security and blockchain. All works are related to the security and blockchains. Okay, so IEEE transaction on dependable and secure computing, IEEE transaction on vehicular technology, ACM IEEE transaction on networking, and top tier conferences, A-star conferences as well. Okay. So all works is related from this, and so I copy paste or somehow the some idea from the those paper. Okay. So 5G blockchain for 5G and beyond networks means, why the beyond networks means 5G means in future there is a possibility the 6G, 7G. Okay, but no need to change the infrastructure. So infrastructure is then the, if we convert into the 4G to 5G, then there is a possibility we have to means it is mandatory we have to change our infrastructure. Okay, because the 4G is basically the centralized control and 5G is distributed control. Okay, but here why this thing is required, if we apply or integrate the 5G means blockchain with the 5G technology, then no need to change the infrastructure. Okay, little bit modification or add on something, and then automatically it will work in the case of 6G and beyond technology as well. Okay, because 5G and beyond means also based on the distributed concept. Okay, but what is the benefit, why we convert into the distributed thing? Okay, so I'll explain in details. Okay, so it is clear why blockchain, it's clear, and why 5G, it's clear, why beyond technology is needed. Okay, so it's clear. Any doubts from the audience? Okay, so so now the in our country like India is and the most hot topic is and the smart city mission. Okay, or smart cities. So smart cities means basically in the smart cities one main component is on the smart communication. Okay, and smart communication means not only the communication, it as well as the security aspect, as well as the storage aspect. Okay, so here in this figure we have the smart city architecture, and this smart city means basically the smart transportation, smart healthcare, smart home, smart your smart building, smart government. So all these things, smart means basically the through the communication, through the ICT, information and communication technology, they can communicate to each other and transmit the some information, emergency information, or as well as the you can mention the through the query they can request and response the all these things. Okay, now so whole this smart, so we divided into the different pillars like the smart healthcare, smart transportation. Now if we will focus on the smart transportation. Okay, so smart transportation is basically based on the concept of intelligent transportation system. Okay, and as well as the traffic management, smart parking, smart mobility, electronics bus, those all these things, and electronics vehicle as well as the part of the smart transportation. Okay, now the concept is here. So smart transportation means all these components, they have the smart communication, they have the security concept, and they have to have the some storage capacity. Okay, so these things, and all these things, smart transportation traditionally the in our current city environment, it is based on the basically centralized concept. Okay, so if we want to transform into the 5G based technology, then the transportation also we have to convert into the decentralized manner. Okay, or distributed manner, otherwise it is impossible to implement. Okay, so if your architecture is changed in the 5G based concept, so then your smart transportation and whole smart city architecture also based on the 5G based technology. Okay, so all these applications, traffic management is the application, and intelligent transportation system also the application. So all these application also based on the 5G concept. Okay, and there is a no centralized control. Okay, but nowadays everything is a centralized control. When you want to check the traffic, okay, so then the based on the centralized control, you send the request to the server and server is respond. Okay, smart parking also the centralized. Some of the places, not the all places, we have the smart parking concept, but okay, like then your toll collection also the it is a part of the smart transportation, but toll collection is based on the centralized. You know the all this data is stored into the your centralized server. Okay, electronics bus related information, so all buses with equipped with the one GPS tracker, and GPS tracker all information is stored into the your centralized server. If you want to identify the specific location or position of the bus, then through the centralized server you have to retrieve the some information. Okay, so all these things is in the centralized concept. Now our objective is if we want to move into the distributed manner, means 5G concept, then all these things are the distributed. Okay, so any doubts regarding this architecture and regarding the problem statement? And why we need the 5G? Because this is in the for our basically network benefit, management of the network resources, efficient communication. Okay, and number of user, nowadays the number of user in the specific region is around 10,000. So if the 5G concept is there within the one base station, we can concentrate on the 50,000 or more than 50,000 as well. Okay, so dense traffic also controlled by the 5G concept. Okay, as well as the network speed also too high. Okay, and delay is very less. Okay, so that's why that there is no possibility for the call drop. There is no possibility for the any disconnection. Okay, any doubts? Any question? Any query? from the audience? Hello? Any questions?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So now this is basically, so we are working on the smart transportation now, and transportation is based on the different types of communication. But in general, why the communication is needed for the transportation, I'll explain. Okay, like the one example, like the one vehicles is on the in the backward side. Okay, there is on the 5 kilometer or 2 kilometer back, and this vehicles is basically the emergency vehicle, and he want to directly transmit some information to the forwarded vehicle for the appropriate movement, because the emergency vehicle means ambulance. Okay, so that's why he forwarded the information for the this all forwarded vehicles. Okay, so then I am the emergency vehicle, so please change your lane and give me the space for the move forward. So like this type of information, as well as some warning information. Okay, so everything is on the like based on the 5G based concept or 5G based concept. Okay, or some vehicle want to check the what is the means road condition on the specific region. Okay, so all this type of information we can access through the smart transportation. Okay, as well as the smart parking area. Okay, so there is a parking space is available or not. So all these things is on the, so he can check from the 2 kilometer or 10 minutes before the what is there is any space available for the parking or not in the ground floor of the parking area. Okay, so he easily check. So here all this type of communication is possible based on the 5G technology, and this type of communication is known as a smart transportation or a smart transportation system, because this type of communication is basically is helps for the your decision making. Okay, as well as the it is basically the through the ICT technology, information and communication technology based concept. Okay, so now the next one is basically the why the smart transportation is an the important thing, and why we consider the smart transportation, because large number of pillars are there. Okay, like the smart home, smart healthcare, but why we identify the smart transportation? Okay, because the all these case, if you think the all these case smart home or smart government or smart healthcare, there is the all entities are static. Okay, and some of the entities are small dynamic. Okay, and we have the space, we can increase the capacity of the healthcare, we can increasing the capacity, means financially it is okay difficult, but if you take the we can increase the number of the capacity for the home. Okay, and we can increase the number of capacity of the healthcare and other smart thing, means smart government. Okay, so but in the case of transportation, this some limitations are there, and these limitations are the because we have the limited capacity of the infrastructure. Okay, and our not the all the participant in the case of smart healthcare, in the case of smart home, in the case of smart government, either static or partially dynamic. Okay, but here our all entities or all participant is vehicles for the transportation, and they are the fully dynamic, and they have the different categories. Okay, like on the highway their speed is too high, on the city road their speed is average. Okay, in the case of your intersection their speed is also the zero sometimes. Okay, so like this type of scenarios are there. Okay, and different types of participant, and they want to communicate for the different types of application. Okay, and as well as the this is also this transportation also the related to the human life. Okay, through the accident or collision there is a possibility the large number of accident will occur, and it is also the loss of the insurance company, loss of the specific person, loss of the our society. Okay, so this is the big challenges. So that's why in this topic I'll identify the smart transportation is another good one for the how we will apply the 5G technology and blockchain technology in the case of smart transportation, or in the case of a smart city, you can mention the big term, universal term, smart city, and which is basically helpful for our society and benefit for our society. So how will benefit it? Through the communication, and communication means there is a possibility less number of accident, there is a possibility the prediction of the accident, there is a possibility management of the traffic. Okay, and management of the traffic means there is a possibility reduce the number of pollution, reduce the number of pollution also. Okay, if the less traffic, less pollution. Okay, and also the waiting time is very less. Okay, not like the intersection you are wait for the 2 minutes, 3 minutes, not like that, there is no wait. Okay, so like this type of, so that's why the intelligent communication is required, as well as the security aspect also the required, as well as the storage concept is required. Okay, so three things: communication, storage, and security. Okay, communication based on the 5G technology, storage and security based on the blockchain technology. But before that, we have to integrate them, and we have to check the what is the how we'll implement this type of solution. There is a serious mismatch. So the smart transportation means there is a serious mismatch between the your growing traffic volume and availability. So basically mismatch is on the growing traffic is on the too high, but availability resources means number of roads, these are the fixed. Okay, because due to our population, due to our society, due to our houses, okay, it is fixed. Okay, and some of the important reason for this mismatch, why this mismatch is rapidly grow, because this is the mismatch, but rapidly grow due to our development of our economy. Okay, development for our society, increase the affordability of our society, multiple vehicles per family. Okay, so number of vehicle user also the increasing day by day. Okay, so we'll believe that this type of mismatch will continue to grow and grow. Okay, so this type of mismatch will there and continue day by day and increasing this mismatch. Okay, and so this is the, so in this case, how we will resolve this issue? So we'll resolve this issue using the efficient traffic management or efficient algorithm, intelligent algorithm, which is responsible for the manage the traffic, reduce the road accident, reduce the traffic jam. Okay, as well as the basically the reduce the number of accident and collision. Okay, so these are the basically benefit. Okay, for this, so our objective is we have to propose the one solution, which is basically the intelligent algorithm, which is responsible to resolve all these issues, reduce the accident, reduce the traffic control, and reduce the management of the traffic. Okay, and as well as the, so why we concentrate on the smart transportation, and why we want to consider this connectivity is mandatory between the two cars. Okay, and this is also possible or not, feasibility of this type of concept. Okay, because we know in our country less number of cars have this type of facility. Okay, they are connected to the other car. Okay, but other country like the US and Europe, they have the basically large number of countries in the US and Europe, they have this connected car concept. And so due to the prediction of the car sales, okay, prediction of the car sales with connectivity, not only the simple car sale. Okay, connectivity day by day increasing. Okay, so there is a prediction in the year of 2020-25, there is a possibility in the 81.2 million of the car connected car will be sold. So there is a prediction. Okay, so because the connectivity is, and through the connectivity you can reduce the number of accident, you can reduce your traffic control, traffic management. Okay, and large number of application also participate for the using this connected car. Okay, so that's why the in future there is a possibility that in our country also the large number, increasing the number of the connected car. Okay, car sales. Okay, so this transportation is basically in general, the ITS, intelligent transportation system, is based on the two concepts. One is on the vehicular ad hoc network, and second one is on the internet of the vehicles. Okay, in general, the vehicle to vehicle connection based on the means 90% cases using the vehicular ad hoc network. An extended version of the vehicular ad hoc network basically is the vehicular cloud computing and internet of the vehicles. Okay, so in general, so vehicle to vehicle communication or vehicle to infrastructure communication based on the vehicular ad hoc network. Okay, and now these two is the advanced concept. And what is the advanced concept? These two one is in the when we integrate the vehicular ad hoc network with the cloud computing concept, this is known as the vehicular cloud computing. And when we integrate with the IoT with the vehicular ad hoc network, this is known as the internet of the vehicles. Okay, and why this type of concept is needed? For the we can generally predict the traffic condition. Okay, details of the we can easily identify the what is the details information of the nearest vehicle. We can easily identify the emergency environment. Okay, and location information, and another one is on the end is on the public environment. Okay, so now vehicular ad hoc network. So here vehicle to vehicle and vehicle to infrastructure communication. Okay, so in the case of vehicle to vehicle, we can if the direct communication, then also we can use the 5G concept. Okay, and vehicle to infrastructure, by default we can use the this 5G concept here. But traditionally in this network, okay, in general, when it is based on the DSRC protocol. Okay, DSRC means dedicated short range communication protocol, and this is the standard protocol. Why this protocol is suitable? Because this protocol is on the easily transmit the information. So every broadcast, okay, within the 100 to 300 millisecond, okay, perform the broadcasting. Messages transmit from the one vehicle to another vehicle within the 100 to 300 millisecond. Okay, as well as the what is the disadvantage is communication range is not so big. Is communication range of the DSRC is on the maximum 1 kilometer. Okay, so in general, direct communication is possible, but otherwise they can use the multi-hop communication, one hop to another hop, and then like this way they forward the information from source to destination. Okay, and traditional 4G, 5G, 4G and 3G based concept is not suitable for this application. Why? Because their case it is not possible to transmit the information within the 100 to 300 millisecond. Okay, so that's why the in general, and as well as the large number of dependencies there, not only the time dependency also there. Due to the dependency, this type of communication is not possible. Okay, using the 4G and 5G. So that's why the DSRC standard communication is possible. But in the 5G, there is a possibility because low latency network, delay is low, faster transmission. So we can apply this concept in the vehicular ad hoc network based on the 5G concept. Okay, basically vehicle to vehicle communication is not important. Okay, it is not important for the 5G concept. So we can use vehicle to roadside unit communication based on the 5G. Okay, so then it is basically when we have to store the large amount of the information or something, so then we can use the 5G based concept when the vehicle to roadside unit communication. And we can apply the 5G concept for the vehicle to vehicle communication as well, but it is basically time consuming process. Okay, so that's why we consider this one is on the vehicle to vehicle is on the based on the DSRC or existing protocol. Okay, so basically vehicle to vehicle and vehicle to roadside unit communication. And intelligent transportation system is basically what is the benefit? Benefit is on this transportation system is based on the ICT, information and communication technology. Okay, and this is the basic what is the benefit? Benefit is on the make the driving safer, efficient and comfortable. Okay, objective is on the driving is on the safer, efficient and comfortable, and then the operation on the vehicles, multiple operation like the management of the traffic, means vehicles is able to calculate the traffic condition, prediction, okay, as well as the assist the driver with the safety and other information. Okay, and ITS is on the highly interest for the any companies. Okay, government also, academia, research, everywhere the ITS and then the important, because the ITS and the very important thing, because due to this first statement, the mismatch between the growing traffic and the current available infrastructure. Okay, and these are the basically application for the ITS. One is the active road safety related application. So warning message, notification, assistance, these are the basically category for the active road safety related message. And traffic efficiency and management is basically the second one, and third one is on the if you want some entertainment related application. So in general, the IT is based on the three types of application for our smart city. One is on the your road safety, second one is on the traffic efficiency, and third one is on the basically the means entertainment. Okay, and now different category of the message. Okay, road safety related message, warning message means intersection related message, something emergency vehicle related message. Okay, and now the some traffic efficiency, traffic management related application, and finally the entertainment. Okay, so these are the basically concept. Okay, now vehicular ad hoc network is on the combination of three things: hardware, software, and communication. So we are working on the communication part basically, as well as the partially with the software. Hardware is fixed. We assume the device which have the computation and communication facility. Okay, and designing and implementation of the whole range of the different types of network. Okay, and this vehicular ad hoc network is on the application is on the basically the what is the benefit? Benefit is improve the vehicle and road safety. Okay, traffic efficiency, and as well as the comfort journey for the driver as well as the passenger. Okay, and this is the two types of communication. Okay, and some assumption we are having the some assumption. Okay, based on this type of communication. So vehicle to vehicle communication and vehicle to roadside communication, and based on the different road condition. So we have the assumption like vehicle move faster on the highway rather than the intersection point of the road environment. Okay, so like this type of assumption is there. Okay, and this is the sometimes the another type of communication is there. Direct vehicle can communicate with the infrastructure or cloud. Okay, so this is the vehicle to eye, and this is the I already explained. DSRC is protocol basically used for the VANET communication, and it is centralized concept based communication VANET. Okay, and it is basically 100 to 300 millisecond. They can safety message transmit, and this is the message which contained these are the information: location of the vehicle, speed of the vehicle, turning the intersection, driving status. Okay, and driving status means the regular driving, waiting for the traffic light, traffic jam. So this information they can share through this type of the messaging. Okay, through this type of communication. So our objective is clear: driver safety, passenger safety, traffic efficiency. Okay, reduce the accident. Okay, and so these are the basically, and this type of existing or basically the architecture is available for the universal vehicular ad hoc network. Here basically the communication type is different. Okay, different types of communication, not only the vehicle to vehicle or vehicle to roadside unit, as well as they can included the infrastructure, business. Okay, roadside unit, grid. So every types of communication is possible, but main architecture is centralized. All this thing is stored into the centralized concept. Okay, so now our smart city is like this way. So multiple devices they communicate to each other using the different types of communication. Okay, now our vehicle, this is the two vehicles, and vehicle can communicate with the all other entity of the smart city, but our architecture is centralized till date. Okay, so that's why we want to the convert into the distributed concept using the 5G technology. Okay, now they're centralized, so that they already have the some security aspects. So traditional security solution is suitable for this thing. Okay, so here the intra-vehicle and inter-vehicle. Intra-vehicle based on this communication. Okay, and inter-vehicle is based on the like this type of V2X. Means vehicle can communicate the all these things. Okay, now the why universal vehicles? Because the problem is the number of road accident is increasing day by day. Okay, and so if we are this is on the assumption, this is the basically the assumption, and this is the feasibility. Okay, basically if somehow we'll share the some information, warning information, one vehicle to another vehicle half of the second before, then there is a possibility to avoid the collision. If avoid the collision, then automatically there is a possibility reduce the traffic jam and reduce the number of accident, and it is the increase the safety of the driver and safety of the passenger. Okay, so this is some prediction in future, means if due to this accident and due to this traffic, okay, so there is the waiting time. So due to this thing, so there is a losses of the some financial losses also means applicable in this case. Okay, so now why initially all these things are the centralized concept. So initially VANET, then it is converted into your IOV, okay, and then this is nowadays it is working on the IOV, because the VANET is now converted into the IOV, VANET with the IoT concept, and it is known as the IOV concept. Okay, and what is the benefit using the IOV? IOV is the benefit is to enhance the traffic, to avoid the accident, to enhance the road safety, and improve the driver experience. Okay, so basically this type of communication is possible, and this type of communication is basically in general the centralized nowadays. Okay, but our objective 5G based, and this communication is based on the 4G based concept, based on the DSRC, or based on the Wi-Fi. Okay, so this is the nowadays existing architecture is satisfied that this type of communication, it is benefited, but somehow it is based on the 4G based concept. Okay, and so this is I already explained. Okay, now in the smart city or in the case of a smart transportation, we can categorize like the vehicle to roadside unit communication, vehicle to infrastructure communication, vehicle to vehicle communication. So multiple communication is possible, and vehicle to sensor communication also possible through the IoT. And here these are the protocol, and all protocol are working on the case of centralized control, 4G LTE, okay, CarPlay, okay, so centralized control. So basically centralized control based concept, but our objective is we have to switch into the centralized to the distributed, and using the, so here the communication part is clear. So different types of communication, different types of devices, and behavior of the devices are different. Roadside means it is fixed, okay, vehicle means it is dynamic, okay, mobile device means partially dynamic, sensor means fixed. Okay, so like this way. Now benefit of the universal vehicle I already mentioned, and it is highly commercialized, okay, because the multiple IoT device connected to each other, and IoT devices means it is highly commercialized, smart for the different types of application, and this network is heterogeneous because any types of communication is possible, any types of device can participate for the communication, not the fixed devices. Okay, not like the mobile network, mobile phone can communicate only the other mobile phone. There's a possibility the any device can communicate with the other device. Okay, and also the decision making capability is there. Okay, and why this is the how it is feasible, this type of smart transportation system of Japan, in the case of US, and a large number of projects, their transportation system is fully based on the this Wi-Fi type of thing, and wireless communication, and intelligent transportation system, or vehicle using the vehicular ad hoc network. Okay, and some of the cases they are using the security concept, some of the cases they don't use the security concept, only the communication. So these are the projects. So there is the ongoing projects in the case of US, Europe, and Japan. They already implemented, and it is currently in the current scenario, the performance is very good. They reduces the number of accidents, they reduces the number of pollution, they reduces the traffic jam as well as, and it is also the benefited for the our society as well as the benefited for the driver as well as the passenger. Okay, so they already implemented. So we are trying to implement in our country, and as well as we enhance the idea, not based on the up to 4G based concept, not the centralized concept. We want to distributed concept. Okay, so this is related to the communication and communication part. Okay, and these are the companies are working on this field. Okay, so all companies are working on this, means not only the automobile company also working on the connected vehicles. Okay, so now it is large number of connected cars from the Ford and the Western Corporation. Okay, and Audi and BMW also working on it. Okay, as well as the traditional car companies also working on it for the connected car like the Maruti, okay, Hyundai, okay. And also the not only here the communication part is there, okay, as well as the security part. It's okay, because I mentioned the vehicular ad hoc network or smart transportation means your first one is your hardware, second one is software, third one is your communication. So hardware means basically hardware industry is required. So Dell, Intel, Qualcomm, Unix Solution, they basically produces the hardware related to the communication for means vehicular ad hoc network based communication or a smart transportation related to the communication. And these companies are basically related to the software. Okay. And internet connection is means in the picture. Okay. So now research opportunity, also the security and storage is the more important thing. Okay, as well as the high communication overhead and storage cost. So these are the basically important parameter for the research challenges. Okay, so like the in the case of blockchain, how it is we are using the blockchain and how we'll convert into the more secure this thing. Okay, so now the 5G technology. So 5G technology is and the why it is benefited. So because we want to integrate this thing. So 5G is and the wireless network will provide the very high data rate and high coverage with the significant improvement of the quality of service and delay also low latency delay. So that's why we want to apply into the smart transportation. And 5G will connect with the nearby all human life for the communication network. Okay. Now the important thing is and the in the case of 5G communication or in the case of all existing, not 5G, in the case of existing communication like the 4G based, just I explained the different types of through the Wi-Fi they communicate to the one vehicle can communicate to the all other component or other component can other. So here this is the network. So network security is then the one parameter. Okay, when you exchange the information, security is and the secure communication is important. Okay, not only the communication, secure communication. Secure communication means then the came into the picture the network security. And network security means basically the 4 properties is mandatory. One is the confidentiality, second one is your authentication, third one your message integrity, fourth one the access and availability. Only sender and interested to receive the understand of the content of the message. Okay, so sender encrypt the message and receiver is decrypt the message. Okay, so this is the basically concept. And understand the what is the content inside the message. This is the basically confidentiality. Authentication means we have to identify the each other through the identification number. This is the authentication. Sender and receiver want to confirm their identity to each other. Message integrity means there is no change, no alternation. Okay, so sender and receiver want to ensure the message is not altered. Okay, not modified without any detection. With detection there is a possibility, without any detection it is not possible. This is the message integrity. And access and availability, everyone can access, means authenticate user can access the information, they can share the information, they can exchange the information. Okay, now what is the problem? Problem is in the case of security, in the case of using the blockchain also, this is the problem. If you want to enhance the performance, then your security is under degrade. Okay, so in the now I am this discussion is based on the centralized, then we'll move to the this distributed concept. So traditional communication, in the case of a smart city, using the 4G concept, using the Wi-Fi concept. Okay, this is the main challenges when the communication you want to the secure communication, most secure communication, then your performance means delay, throughput, overhead is the too high. Okay, and when you want to the high security, then the performance is degraded. When you want to the high performance, then the security is the not too strong, because when your security too strong means you have to perform the multiple operation. Okay, if the multiple operation means automatically computation cost is too high. Okay, if the computation cost is too high and your message size is too high, then when you want to transmit, then the transmit throughput also will reduce. Okay, and increase the delay. Okay, so this is the security and performance trade-off. In the case of blockchain also we have this thing, and in the case of traditional concept also we have this concept. Okay, And this is a basically concept, the plain text, hypertext, encrypt the information sender using the key receiver, decrypt the information, and finally this thing. Okay, this thing also happened in the case of your blockchain as well. Okay, and these are some security designing thing, computational secure. Okay, so now this is the main concept. Okay, in the case of security, okay, basically blockchain based security. So it is thing because we are basically focusing the intelligent algorithm for the securing the thing. So this is the basically our objective. We are basically objective somehow the code making, strong code making, okay, and which is basically secure the all this thing, okay, using the blockchain concept, using the traditional cryptographic concept, okay, like the AES, symmetric key encryption, asymmetric key encryption, hybrid concept, hash-based algorithm, okay, secure hash algorithm. So we can implement the like this thing, but we also concentrate on the like the crypt analysis, okay, or code breaking thing, okay, because bad guy or attacker basically also the stronger nowadays, okay. So when we want to think the using the blockchain technology or using the some other technology, traditional cryptographic thing, so then it is too intelligent algorithm which is also satisfied the all requirement, also the requirement, because requirement of the your code breaker, okay, or bad guy, okay. So attacker point of view also, when you want to design the some scheme or code making for the means basically the algorithm, secure algorithm, then also you concentrate on the what is the intelligence, what type of intelligence for the your bad guy or in the case of your attacker, okay. So now the security goal is the authenticity and secrecy, okay. So this is basically now our security is based on the blockchain. So all of you most probably know the what is the blockchain, okay. Definition: blockchain is mostly known as a technology. Understand the cryptocurrency Bitcoin is the traditional protocol, and it is decentralized, you know, and this blockchain does not store the any of the database in the central location, okay, because there is no centralized control. It is fully decentralized, okay. Instead of the blockchain, copies and spread across the network participant, and a new blockchain is a new block is added to the blockchain, okay. Every computer and network update the blockchain and reflect the changes, okay. Every computer means basically the when one participant want to join into the blockchain, okay, and create the new block, you most probably know, but again I'll explain, okay. So block, and this block and this participant is visible to the all others, okay. So decentralized concept, but transparency is there, means all user can one user can access the all users, okay. So that's why the whether a new block is added to the blockchain, every computer means here the in this example the computer is generated the block, okay. So computer on the network update its blockchain and reflect the changes, okay. So now this decentralized architecture, why the decentralized architecture is needed for the blockchain is ensure the robust and secure operation on the blockchain with the advantages of the temper assistance, no single point failure or vulnerability, okay. So that's why the distributed architecture is required. Blockchain can accessible to the everyone, okay, and it is not controlled by the network entity, okay. And in the blockchain, okay, there's the one mechanism is the consensus, and which is basically set of rules, okay, ensure to the agreement of the all participant on the status of the blockchain ledger. Blockchain ledger means basically the blockchain storage. I'll explain, okay. So consensus protocol is the one important thing, which is basically the agreement, set a rule of the ensure the agreement. So if you want to change the agreement, so you have to change in your consensus protocol, okay. So general concept is how the blockchain is operate in the case of any real life communication, okay. So a blockchain in this figure, you most probably have some idea. So and blockchain is the entity request for a transaction, okay, request for the transaction, and transaction is broadcasted to the all all the nodes in the peer-to-peer network. Okay, here all the nodes are peer-to-peer network, and network node validate the transaction. This is the validate the transaction using the public key cryptography. Okay, or symmetric key type of cryptography like the AES type of algorithm. Then the verified the transaction and create the block. Okay, and now this block is one to add into the your existing blockchain. So verify the transaction block, and finally the old block is connected. All old blocks are connected to the new block, and new block is appended to the existing block, and finally the transaction is completed. Okay, so this is basically concept in the case of blockchain. Okay, now the blockchain in general, the two types, one is the public, second one is then the private. So then the public means also known as then the permissionless blockchain, and private is then the permissioned blockchain. Okay, and the public blockchain is accessible for the everyone, and anyone can join and make the transaction as well as participate in the consensus process. Okay, consensus process or consensus protocol, you know, it is on the based on the agreement. Okay, and means participant agreement. And also the best known public blockchain is on the Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, private blockchain is on the other hand, it is on the invented only the network management by the central authority. Okay, and a participant has to permissionoid using the validation mechanism. Okay, and blockchain is on the our concept is in the blockchain is a decentralized concept. Blockchain in 5G, it is a necessary understand why we use the blockchain in the case of 5G operation concept. So we have to understand the what is the operation in the case of 5G and in the case of blockchain, and main property of the blockchain. Okay, so operation on the blockchain, main property on the blockchain, and understand how the blockchain can bringing the opportunity to the 5G application. Okay, 5G application, we know the 5G application means smart transportation, smart healthcare, all these based on the in future 5G based application. Okay, so first we present the main concept of the blockchain network. Okay, so these three things is mandatory: operation on the blockchain, main properties of the blockchain, what are the properties, and understand how the blockchain can bringing the opportunity to the 5G application. Okay, now the blockchain is on the essentially is on the chain of block. You know, the in the last case, in this figure I already explained. So this is the chain of block, and in the chain of block, what is the details idea? All of you most probably have in the first class must be understanding of the blockchain or introduction to blockchain. Already explained the previous invited speaker. Okay, already taught this thing. Okay, so then blockchain is on the essential in a chain of the block. Okay, so this is the chain of the block, one block, two block. Okay, so k plus one block, and this is the kth block. Okay, and linear structure beginning with the so-called with the genesis block. So like the linked list have the first node is head, then the other nodes is on the traditional node. So like here, one is on the genesis block and continue with the other linked block. And inside the block number is there, and inside the block the previous has link, like in the case of linked list, previous address, pseudo random number or random number, timestamp, and marklet tree. Marklet tree is basically the one free type of concept which is based on the your hash operation. Now here you have the two transaction. Mostly it is visible, and two transaction, one transaction basically what are the information inside the transaction: user ID, metadata, user signature, timestamp. These are the, so then perform the hash operation. Second transaction also perform the hash operation, then combine these two hash and create the another hash. So like this way we create the marklet tree. Here in the right side also hash 34 means already perform the to another transaction number 3 and transaction number 4. They perform the operation on the hash on the transaction, and then they integrate this thing in the hash 34. Okay, now the distributed ledger, it is on the basically database or storage I mentioned. So distributed ledger is a type of the database which shared and replicate the among the entity in the case of peer-to-peer network, and the shared database is available to the all network participant within the blockchain ecosystem. And distributed ledger is recorded the transaction similar to the process of the data exchange among the member of the network. Okay, and now the consensus algorithm, just I'll explain. This is the based on the agreement. So this is the when the node is start to share the exchange the data on the blockchain platform. Okay, so one node already in the blockchain network and want to share the information. There is no centralized parties to regular transaction rule and preserve the data against the threat. Because in the case of centralized architecture, we have the trust authority. Trust authority is responsible for validate this is the authenticate user or not. Okay, but here we don't have any trust authority, any centralized control. So that's why it is necessary to validate the block infrastructure, means block trustfulness, keep it track, and exchange avoid to the fraud issue. Okay, so this rules is required. Consensus algorithm is responsible for this. Okay. And smart contract is programmable application that's run on the blockchain network. And this is another one program. So smart means when you your program, you want to design your program with the more smarter, means your application also more smarter. Okay, so you have to change the smart thing or intelligent thing in your smart contract. Since the first smart contract platform is known as the Ethereum, was released in the year of 2015. And the smart contract have the increasing the become the most innovation topic in the case of blockchain era. So large number of researchers working on it in the case of blockchain smart contract, as well as a larger number of companies, because all this smart thing is in your smart contract. Okay, and some of the companies also working on the case of consensus algorithm, because they also because here the participant are the large. Okay, and your if you concentrate on the public blockchain, so number of user, any user can join, and so they also change the agreement. Okay, now the main characteristics of the blockchain. Okay, so blockchain in general, the four characteristics. One is decentralization, immutable, transparency, and security and privacy. Okay, so I already explained, but again I'll explain this thing. Okay, so decentralized means no centralized authority or trustworthy third party is needed to perform the transaction. Users are full control to their own data. Then the second one is in the case of 5G application. So this is the blockchain 5G application. These are the basically different application area where we can apply the blockchain thing, like the spectrum management, like the device to device communication. Okay, like the UAV. Okay, and as well as the means complex cryptographic primitives in the case of 5G and IoT system. Okay, so we can apply here the decentralized concept. Then it is basically output will be more efficient. Okay, so then blockchain with this 5G application. Okay, immutable. It is very difficult to modify or change the data record in the blockchain. Okay, this is immutability, means it is difficult to change, because if you want to change, then they change your chain as well. Okay, enable to the high immutable 5G services, and these services are basically the peer-to-peer networking services. So these are the application area where the immutable is, and the feature is very important. Okay, now transparency means all information, all transaction is a blockchain, basically the public chain. Bitcoin, like the example of Bitcoin, can be viewed the all network participants. So this is the transparency. So anything happened, then all user can receive the information. And here also the decentralized network virtualization, and these are the application, as well as the different trading application, like the payment system, trading system. So they can also 5G based application, this type of application, they can use the blockchain. Okay, and security and privacy. So like the asymmetric key, symmetric key based cryptographic solution is highly authenticate and highly secure. Okay, so like here in the case of blockchain, also asymmetric key cryptography, and for the securities and the high authentication, integrity, and non-repudiation. Okay, and smart contract. Basically, I mentioned the smart contract is a very important component for the blockchain. So that's why the smart contract means when the smart contract is more intelligent, means your algorithm is more intelligent. Okay, so then the smart contract is available on the block and support the data auditability, access control, and data privacy as well. Okay, this is a different, because in the case of 5G, IoT based communication is there. Okay, and so large number of communication is there, so we can change our smart contract. in the case of blockchain, and it is suitable for the security and privacy application for the 5G environment as well. Okay. Now, in this case, blockchain for 5G is on the basically the 5th generation wireless network. It is on the now basically in our country also in future they implement this type of network. Okay, and the 5G based technology is on the targeted to the support the different types of heterogeneous type of device. Okay, and also the high quality of service enhanced means connectivity is on basically heterogeneous, but now it is all the other network are basically the homogeneous type of network. So the connecting the heterogeneous devices, 5G is responsible for this, and high quality of service. Okay, there's a no link failure. Okay, and as well as increase the network capacity and enhance the system throughput. Okay, and this one is on the basically decentralized. The transparency, risks of the there is a less number of risks in the case of interpretability, and the network privacy and security thing is there. And blockchain technology is then the solution for efficient for the 5G challenges. Okay, so large number of 5G challenges are there. Okay, so then we can use the blockchain concept, and blockchain concept means 4 property: decentralized, transparency, and your immutability, and finally the security and privacy concept. Then it's basically resolve of the issue in the case means large number of issue in the case of 5G application. So this is the 5G application, and 5G application based on the smart city, smart grid, all this thing. In future there is a possibility in the 5G based communication. Okay, other countries they already implemented all this thing is based on the 5G. Okay, like the Korea. Okay, like this thing, the Taiwan, they already implemented the 5G thing. Okay, so here basically a smart transportation thing is there. Okay, then in the smart transportation, how we will implement this thing, the integration of the blockchain as well as the 5G, I'll explain in details. Okay, so here node means your vehicle. Okay, blockchain node or blockchain block means your vehicle is generate the block, and they participate for the communication, and they generate the blockchain. Okay, and what are the basically blockchain based services is in the also day by day increasing. And what are the services is related to the different technologies. Okay, what are the technologies is in the cloud computing. Okay, related to the 5G. Okay, edge computing also related to the 5G. These are the 5G technologies. Okay, and software defined networking also based on the 5G technology, network function virtualization. Okay, and device to device communication based on the 5Gs. Okay, and these are the basically technologies, and these are the basically the these are the basically the your services. Okay, so services means basically your spectrum management, data sharing, network virtualization, and as well as the federated learning based concept. Okay, interference management. So these are the basically the opportunity for the blockchain can play the role in this type of the 5G services. Okay, and 5G application, these are the application like the smart healthcare, smart city, smart transportation, smart. So here we identified the smart transportation. Okay, and then why it is mandatory? Because already in the case of Mobile World Congress, okay, MWC already mentioned the 5G suitable for the all this type of communication, as well as the beyond 5G like the 6G. Okay, also the enhanced version of the 5G. Okay, so this is the basically concept, and it is in the novel application form in the what is the benefit? Benefit is in the using the 5G then the autonomous resource sharing. Okay, ubiquitous computing to the reliable content based storage and intelligent data management also possible. Okay, so this is the 5G example. This is blockchain already, and this is the 5G different components. Okay, and different application. I already explained the SDN. Okay, network slicing. Now your smart transportation thing. Okay, so now the 5G's concept is clear, and now your blockchain also how it is integrated, because both things is on the decentralized and blockchain with the 4 properties, and based on this property we can resolve the large number of issues. Okay, like now in the transportation, what type of the issues? In the transportation facilities, the issues are basically related to the traffic management. Okay, these are the, like here in the case of transportation, basically vehicle to vehicle and vehicle to infrastructure communication, and here basically the blockchain is shed a light in several inherent features. Here all communication is based on the vehicle to vehicle and vehicle to roadside unit transportation communication based on the 5G. So here if we want to apply the blockchain, and blockchain is responsible for the implement for the distributed data storage, peer-to-peer communication, and autonomous, and the as well as the autonomous user, and also the increase the security and privacy. Okay, and in the case of your also enhance the quality of service in the, okay, and because of this modeling also the peer-to-peer model. Okay, now we implemented the one thing. Okay, so in the real life application. Okay, so here basically this is the IoT based smart city or smart transportation type of thing. Basically the smart city we considered. Okay, IoT application. So IoT devices, so we assume these all devices are the IoT devices. Okay, so we basically here we only the not concentrate on the storage. So here the 5G concept is there. They communicate using the 5G based communication. Okay, and the blockchain is responsible for the authentication and batch verification, batch creation. Okay, so we implemented the one authentication algorithm. Okay, and one registration algorithm, and one is batch creation algorithm for this IoT application. Okay, so IoT application means all IoT, all things is connected via the internet and they can participate for the communication. Okay, and using the concept of blockchain. Okay, so here you know the blockchain is create the blockchain. This is the block, and block contain the some information I already explained. Okay, now we implemented this thing in the traditional system as well as the Raspberry Pi. Okay, because we treat the Raspberry Pi like similar type of the IoT devices. Okay, Raspberry Pi 4. Okay, then we implemented individual operation, which one is and the provide the security cryptographic function. Okay, like the encryption, decryption, ECC based encryption, AES based encryption, signature, verification. Okay, point to point multiplication, modulation. Okay, so these are the cryptographic hash functions. So these are the all individual operation we implemented using the Python. Okay, then we executed it into the your desktop as well as the in the Raspberry Pi, and this is the execution time in the terms of milliseconds. Okay, so all individual operation have the individual this thing. So this is our architecture. We assume that each vehicle with the either IoT device or each vehicle or each component or the system type of thing is there. Okay, so both we perform the both implementation in this case. Okay, and then we calculated the what are the operation we are using in the case of computation cost. Okay, so these are the operation verification, and in the case of storage we apply this concept. In the case of communication we apply this concept. Okay, so and all existing approaches are there. They also using the some of the existing state art of the technique already implemented. They are using the similar type of concept, but their operation is different, and they also implemented in the traditional environment, not the distributed environment. Okay, and in our case, as the performance wise, our performance is on the like the computation cost is too low compared to the all state art of the technique. Okay, and this one, the orange color basically represent the your Raspberry Pi implementation, and on desktop it is on the it is because desktop means processor speed is too fast, so that's why the computation cost is on the little bit less compared to the Raspberry Pi. Then the energy consumption also we checked. Our case also energy consumption is relatively less compared to the all existing approach, as well as the storage and communication cost also the very less in this scheme. Okay, so this is the basically concept. Okay, And now, so if you have any query, so this is the basically now we implemented this thing for the real life scenario. Okay, and conclusion is basically the 5Gs and the based on the different application area and different technologies. Okay, they are using, and our blockchain also integrate with the 5G technology. Okay, and also resolve some challenges in the case of 5G. Okay, and there's a possibility in future if we convert the 5G to the 6G, then little bit the more challenges also there, but we no need to change our infrastructure. Okay, and this 5G based blockchain based concept is not only in the case of smart transportation, you can apply for the everywhere in the case of smart city application and other application also as well. Okay, thank you. So if you have any query, anything, questions from the audience or from. Yes, so one question is on the acyclic graph or cyclic graph. This is not a thing. Okay, here basically your concept is you want to create the blockchain and blockchain network. Okay, and this blockchain basically also connected with the 5G based technology, because the both thing is distributed and we can integrate this thing. Okay, so that's why we have to change something in our smart contract. We have to change something in our case of the consensus algorithm. Okay, and sometimes mathematically also this definition is there is a possibility. Okay, for direct acyclic graph instead of the linked list. Okay, but linked list means just I gave the example like the similar type of concept. Okay. Any other questions from the audience? Okay, so I'll share my email ID to the chat box. Okay, so in future, if you have any doubts, any query, you can relate it to the 5G based blockchain for 5G and beyond network. Okay, so you can, and if you're interested for doing the PhD on this field, blockchain or security or communication, okay, or masters, okay, or so you can directly contact with me, as well as the postdoc opportunity also we have. Okay, so you can directly mail in this mail ID. Okay, so we'll check this thing. Okay, through here internal processes there, some interview or something. Okay, so then you can, if you are interested, so you can directly, or if you want to work with, or if you have some doubts, some query, you can discuss with me.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Next session will be at 12:30 p.m.
Yes, 12:30. Okay, so I'll be there. Okay, sometimes here the network issue is there.
Okay, sir. So participants will join.
Okay, so you can drop the message through the WhatsApp as well. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Hello?
Thank you.
If somehow there's something, okay, so you can drop the message through.
Okay, sir. We will meet
Okay.
at 12:30.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.